Have you ever noticed how some women do not flirt in an obvious way? Instead, they quietly check your awareness. This is especially true if you are a man over 50. You might feel like women behave differently around you now than they did 20 years ago. Perhaps you feel invisible to younger women, or even women your own age. But the truth is very different. Mature men are often more attractive than ever, but only when they finally understand how a mature woman thinks. The real issue is not women at all. The real issue is misunderstanding the signals. You might be moving through life thinking a woman was just being polite, when in reality, she was quietly opening a door for you. Women rarely show interest openly. They do not want to look needy, and they do not want to appear too available. Instead, they test your emotional calm, your presence, and your ability to notice subtle details. And here is the secret that most men never realize. A woman who feels attracted to an older man, a woman who is considering real intimacy with you, will almost always ask two very specific questions. It is like a hidden message in plain sight. Before I share exactly what those questions are, do me a quick favor. Tap the like button on this video. It helps more men find this message. And leave a comment below if you can remember a time you completely missed a woman's signal only to realize it months later. We have all been there. The psychology, why she hides her interest. To understand why these two upcoming questions matter so much, you first need to understand the psychology behind them. Many men over 50 expect clear and obvious signals. Perhaps you grew up in a time when people spoke more directly, but modern dating psychology, even among mature adults, works differently. A high-quality woman is not going to walk up to you and say, "I am attracted to you, I want to get closer romantically." Instead, she explores. She feels the situation first. Women often ask carefully chosen questions to see if you are a man they can move toward without risking humiliation. Here is the quiet feminine fear, especially regarding older, established men. If she shows interest too clearly, she worries you will think she is desperate. So, she hides her attraction inside curiosity. She places her interest inside questions that look totally harmless to a man who is not paying attention. If you miss these questions, she usually will not repeat the invitation. Women rarely offer the same emotional opening twice. Think of it this way. Men use actions to show interest. When a man is drawn to someone, he offers help, he tries to fix things, or he offers protection. When a woman is drawn to someone, she uses information gathering to show interest. She asks a question that gently hints at closeness. There are thousands of questions a woman might ask in daily life, but only two appear again and again when she is carefully exploring intimacy with a mature man. She is not asking them to be nosy. She is asking because she wants to feel your emotional warmth. She needs to sense, is this man calm? Is he steady? Is he open to my energy? Does he stand confidently in his masculine reality? Or does he hide behind polite, shallow talk? These questions are bridges she places gently to see if you will step forward with presence. Most men answer these questions at face value. They give factual data. But a wiser, grounded man hears what is underneath her words. When she asks these, she is not collecting facts. She is checking alignment. When a woman feels drawn to you, she does not need you to show off money or strength. She needs to feel that you are present, conscious, and emotionally steady. The two questions she will ask are designed to reveal two crucial things about you. First, she needs to know your availability. Not your calendar schedule, but your heart's availability. Do you have emotional space for her? Second, she needs to know your direction. Not your career goals, but your inner purpose. Are you drifting through the second half of your life, or are you anchored and moving with intention? These questions are her way of asking, are you open or closed? And are you moving forward or just floating? You might ignore compliments. You might overlook body language. But if you miss these two verbal cues, you miss the moment she is opening the door. And once that door closes, most high-value women do not open it again. So, what are they? The first question, testing your openness. The first question a woman asks when she desires deeper contact with an older man is designed to test your emotional space. Here it is. She will ask something very close to, "Do you spend a lot of time alone?" It sounds innocent. It sounds like small talk. It is not. This is her primary way of asking, is there room for me in his world? Is he emotionally available? Or is he locked into rigid habits and routines? She might phrase it slightly differently depending on the context. She might say, "Do you usually go to these events by yourself?" Or, "You seem like someone who really values their solitude. Is that true?" Or even more directly, "Are you seeing anyone special lately, or just doing your own thing?" Understand this. This question is never about loneliness. It is about access. If she felt nothing for you, she would not care how you spend your Friday nights. But when she feels drawn to the calm stability that many mature men carry, she needs to know if she can enter your world without having to force herself into it. The mistake most men make is answering this too literally. They say things like, "Yeah, I'm alone quite a bit actually." Or, "No, I'm very busy with work and my grandkids." Both answers push her away. The first one sounds slightly pathetic, and the second one sounds unavailable. A grounded man hears what she is really asking. She is testing your openness to connection. To respond in a way that builds attraction, you must stay calm, balanced, and open, but never needy. A great response sounds like this: "I really enjoy my own space and my routines, but I'm always open to the right kind of company." Or perhaps, "I value my independence, but I'm making space for a connection that adds something meaningful to my life." Notice what these answers do. They show you are comfortable being a man on his own. You aren't desperate for anyone. But simultaneously, they gently suggest that she could be the type of person you would allow into your space. This tone is exactly what mature women respond to: open but not empty, receptive but not needy, strong without being cold. When you answer this way, she feels safety, and that feeling of safety naturally leads her to the second, more intense question. The second question, testing your direction. If you pass the first test of openness, she will eventually ask the second question. This one reveals her deeper interest because it feels more personal to ask. She will ask, "What are you looking for these days?" This question is never casual. It is a woman exploring you as a distinct romantic possibility. If she felt nothing for you, she would never risk asking something this exposed. Women save this question for men they see as potentially meaningful. Again, the phrasing might vary. What direction are you moving toward right now? What are you focusing on in this chapter of your life? What are you hoping to find at this stage? Why does she ask this? For a woman to open emotionally or physically to a man, especially a man over 50, she needs to feel that his life has purpose. She needs to sense that he understands who he is and knows what he wants. She is terrified of attaching herself to a man who is drifting, a man who is trapped in old emotional patterns from a divorce 20 years ago, or a man who is simply passing time until the end. She wants a man who moves with purpose. This question helps her decide, is this man's life moving in a direction where I could walk beside him with trust? Men who answer too literally often ruin the moment here. When a man says, "I don't know, I'm just taking it day by day," or "I'm just looking for some peace and quiet," or "I'm not really sure right now." When she hears that, she hears uncertainty. She hears a lack of masculine leadership in your own life. And women do not emotionally invest in men who drift, no matter how nice those men are. If you want to respond with masculine clarity, you do not need a long speech. You do not need to explain your entire past. You only need direction. You can say something like, "I'm focused on building a calmer, stronger chapter of my life and sharing it with good people." Or, "I'm looking for a connection that feels natural and genuinely supportive, not forced." Or simply, "I am focused on living with intention now. I want depth, not just noise." These answers show you are moving forward, not stuck in the past. They show emotional clarity. You know what you want. And most importantly, they quietly open a space where she can imagine herself fitting into your future. It gives her proof that you are emotionally awake. Because here is the reality that many older men forget. A woman wants a man who is alive inside, not just physically present, but emotionally awake and grounded. These two questions are deeply connected to female desire. When she asks, "Do you spend a lot of time alone?" she is measuring your openness. When she asks, "What are you looking for these days?" she is measuring your direction. The logic is simple. A man who is emotionally open and moving with purpose creates attraction. He becomes someone she feels safe feeling drawn toward. Clarity creates safety. And for women, emotional safety is what awakens desire. Picture this in a real life moment. You are talking with a woman you find attractive, maybe in a cafe or at a friend's dinner party. The conversation is flowing easily. There is a comfortable tension. She laughs a little more than necessary at your jokes. She adjusts her hair. She looks at you with genuine warmth. Then suddenly she drops her voice slightly and asks, "So, do you get much time to yourself these days?" This is it. This is her opening the door an inch. If you respond with presence and calm confidence, she feels encouraged. Later, she asks, "What are you hoping this next year looks like for you?" This is the moment where she decides whether she should go deeper emotionally or pull back. If you learn to recognize these two questions as signals of attraction, you will stop guessing whether a woman is interested in you. You will know. If you found this helpful and want to make sure you remember these signs, type the phrase, "I see the signs" in the comments below. It helps solidify the knowledge for yourself and it helps this channel grow. Thanks for watching.